What is going on, guys? This is is that the other promise playing in the background? Okay, well, anyway, excuse me. This is Danny again, Dovmac 123456789, and this is my second nerd news and sports vlog. I've been fighting sickness all week. I probably would have had it uploaded earlier this week, but I've been sick and I didn't want to do it. I'm still kind of sick, but it's great to be back. This might just turn into a Sunday thing, but we'll see. I mean, there might be other things going on where I'll upload earlier in the week, like I'm less busy or not sick. But we have great topics to talk about today. More sports, actually. This past week was a really big week in sports. So I'll talk a lot of sports. In relation to nerd news, Suicide Squad trailer, there was a new one. I'll talk about that. And then at the very end, I'd like to implement something new where I talk about a movie that I've recently seen or a video game that I'm currently playing. So yeah, let's get it started. So to begin, I'd like to discuss one of the biggest debates in modern sports, which is the 1995-96 Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and the whole rest of the gang versus the 2016 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Now, I originate from Chicago, so I'm a Bulls fan. I'm a little biased, I'll admit, before I get started talking. But I definitely like to discuss this topic because it's very interesting, and I have my own opinions on it. My opinions don't reflect anything. It's just my opinion, so I just like to get that off my chest before we start here. But yeah, so since I'm from Chicago and I'm a fan of the game, I enjoy basketball. It's probably my favorite professional sport to watch. I'd pick the Bulls. I'd pick that Bulls team. I'd pick them to win in 6 games in a 7-game series. The reason being, the thing about basketball debates is they're great. I absolutely love basketball debates, but I also hate them at the exact same time because they're just so hard to talk about between eras. But I think even whether they played with 95-96 rules or they played with now rules, I still think the Bulls would win. Because, okay, so back then, you had Michael and Scottie Pippen, who were 2 of the best defenders of all time. And then you would also have Ron Harper playing a guard spot. And I really don't think that Steph Curry or Klay Thompson would be able to get the shots off that they do on a night-to-night basis in today's NBA. So I think, the defense back then was way tougher. So if they played 95-96, I'm still taking the Bulls. Now, if they played with today's rules, the Warriors would have a slight advantage because their entire team are good free throw shooters. But the issue there for the Warriors would be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan would get fouled on every single play, and he'd be going to the free throw line a lot, and Michael Jordan had scored 100 points in a game. Because you can't touch him. Now, that's probably where, like, Dennis Rodman would get in trouble, because, Dennis, back in the day, hand-checking was legal. So, Dennis Rodman is also one of the best defenders of all time, but that was on association with hand-checking, which was definitely legal back then. But even so, I just think that, this Bulls team was so just good at everything they did. Obviously, Golden State just got 73-9. They beat the 70-2-10 record. Great for them. I should have said this to begin with. I don't hate Golden State. I really don't. They're a great team with great players, and you gotta love Steph Curry. The guy does everything right. Off the court, He's a nice guy. He says all the right things. There's nothing I dislike about Golden State. But in terms of basketball and the way the game is played, I just think this Bulls team would beat them in a 7-game series. Now, it'd take 5, 6, 7 games because the competitive nature of these two squads is ridiculous. But, okay, so here are the factors. Here's why I think that the Bulls would win. I already talked about the era. I talked about the difference in era. But when it comes to defense and shot making, this Bulls team was the best. Watching this Golden State team, yeah, they're shot makers. But in terms of defense, this Bulls team is also the best team of all time when it comes to defense. Jordan and Pippen are two of the greatest defenders of all time. Scottie Pippen might be the greatest one-on-one defender of all time. And they're too big. They're huge. Today's game is defined by a point guard and small guard play, but this Bulls team was big. I just don't think that this Warriors team would last in the paint with this Bulls team. Luke Longley, Dennis Rodman in the middle, Bill Wennington coming off the bench, Tony Kukoc is a 6'10 guy who can jack threes. I don't think the Warriors would be able to handle it. And then in terms of point guards, like Jordan and Pippen would be on Thompson and Curry, and Ron Harper would probably switch on and off too, and they're just big. I mean, the amount of blocks and everything that they get is just ridiculous back then. And then, just in terms of just winning style and playing style, I just really think this Bulls team would beat them in a 7-game series. But there's just too many factors that go into it, and I can't say this for sure. I mean, I can't even say for sure anymore because this Golden State team's really good. But another factor that leads into it, another factor at the end of the day is all that matters. That 95-96 team had Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan is one of the greatest professional, if not the best professional competitor in the history of any sport. And that guy would refuse to lose anything. And Michael Jordan, MVP this season, Finals MVP, he came back after playing baseball and led this team to a 72-10 record, and he averaged 31 points a game en route to another championship and then 2 more championships after this season. So, in terms of that as well, you gotta, take Michael Jordan into account, and I don't think this Bulls team would lose with Michael Jordan. So those are my thoughts about that. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that, but it's time to move on to the next topic. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about is also basketball related. Wednesday night was the final game in Kobe Bryant's professional basketball career. Now, being a fan of basketball, this was truly, truly a special game to watch. Even if you're not a fan of basketball, it was a special game to watch. Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. And he definitely proved that in his final game. Although the Lakers aren't good this season and Kobe didn't have the farewell tour that he deserved, he definitely had the spotlight on him on Wednesday night. Kobe Bryant scored 60 points Wednesday night, and that is the greatest farewell performance probably any basketball player has ever had. I mean, to talk about farewell performances in modern sports, to have Peyton Manning go out with a Super Bowl this season, to have Kobe Bryant go out with 60 points this season, to have Jeff Gordon retire from NASCAR this season, Marshawn Lynch retire, and David Ortiz of the Red Sox at the end of this baseball season will retire as well. So many legends of their sports retiring this season is, sad, but it's crazy. Sports still goes on, and some of the players that I grew up watching are leaving the game behind. And to see how much it has developed since I've been a kid is just insane. Um, but this is Kobe's time. Now, you heard me earlier in this video speak highly of Michael Jordan, and I will do so till the day I die. I think Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. But Kobe is definitely top 10. If I were to name my Mount Rushmore of basketball players, it'd be Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar are Lakers as well, or were in the past. And in terms of success and in terms of everything, I still think they're two players that are better overall at the game than Kobe. But in all honesty, Kobe Bryant definitely left his mark as a Los Angeles Laker. He only played there in his career. He set the NBA record for most seasons with one team. He played 20 years with the Lakers, beating out Kareem's record as for years as a Laker. But it's just, insane to watch him go like that. 60 points. Kobe's definitely in my top 10. But like I said earlier, basketball debates are a hard thing to do. Just in terms of raw talent and everything like that, Kobe's top 10. Work ethic, top 2. But it's just incredible to see a performance like that when a guy's going out and he's not even going to make the playoffs. So he knows, he's not going to play the game anymore. So he's just goes out and gets 60 like it's his job. And some of the shots he was hitting, like this one, is just ridiculous. Fading out of bounds 3, he went out there and beat a playoff contending team, and he did it, with his teammates passing him the ball. And to see Kobe Bryant go out like this was just an absolute, incredible sports memory that'll hold with me for the rest of my life. Because I speak so highly of Michael Jordan, but I unfortunately didn't get to see Michael Jordan play. I mean, I've got YouTube and I've got, highlight tapes and all, but I didn't get to see him play live. The NBA that I knew was Kobe Bryant's NBA. I've never seen an NBA that didn't have Kobe Bryant in it. So it was a special moment. It was a special night. And it was incredible to see one of my idols go out on top, even though, it wasn't for the championship and the Lakers are terrible. It was just great to see him do that. And I'm so happy that he did. Kobe, if you're watching, I'd like to thank you for all the memories. I just loved hating the Lakers so much, but I could never hate you. You're a great player. You're my Michael Jordan. You're the NBA's current Michael Jordan. And we can't thank you enough for all the years that you gave us and, the championships and the work ethic and how we're supposed to, conduct ourselves on and off the court is something that other professional athletes should take note of. So thank you, Kobe. It's been an absolute pleasure being a fan of yours and watching you play. Wow, I got emotional there for a second. All right, last topic I'd like to discuss, the new movie Suicide Squad. So this trailer dropped last week, and oh my gosh, this movie looks so great. After Batman vs. Superman, which I personally thought was a good movie, but the way DC handled that and the way Zack Snyder directed that film, it was a very strange film to start off your entire film franchise for. It has a lot of people worried, but I can say I'm not, because of this film right here. Suicide Squad is a movie that has all Batman villains who join together under watch of the Army, the United States Army, to be good. So we've got bad guys fighting for good guys. But the thing is the choice of these villains to be good is kind of forced. So the Joker, played by Jared Leto, tries to corrupt them and to be evil again, given the power that they were released on behalf of the good guys. But the reason why this movie's going to be awesome is because of this trailer right here. This trailer showed us things that we hadn't seen in the previous few trailers, which is more Joker, Joker dialogue, and Joker laughing. And to see a Joker on the big screen again after the tragic loss of Heath Ledger is great. And I am so excited for Jared Leto to be the Joker and to see how he's going to do it. I'm very excited. And also, this film had reshoots to put in more Batman and Joker scenes. So, that means more Ben Affleck as Batman, which we see in this trailer as well. So Batman will be in this movie, the Joker will be in this movie, as well as a stunning cast playing the Suicide Squad, including Will Smith and Margot Robbie. This movie's going to be incredible. I'm so excited for August. So go see it in theaters in August. This trailer will only show you good things, and the movie will show you good things as well. So I'm very excited for that. Okay, guys, so I'm out of time for today. It was excited to get this second vlog out, even though I'm sick. You've heard my terrible voice for the past 16 minutes. But I'd like to add in this small segment at the end here. With a movie that I see or a video game that I'm playing. Luckily, I'm doing both at the same time currently. So, a movie that I saw this weekend was the new Jungle Book film by Disney. This movie is visually incredible. The cast is great, and Disney made me feel like a kid again. And Disney makes millions of dollars every single year to make people do that. So, I highly recommend go see The Jungle Book. It's a great movie, but go see it in 3D because the 3D version made it good. Usually 3D gives me a headache and I don't want to sit through the film. But this movie was made for 3D, and I really think that it's a must to see it in 3D because it's visually just outstanding movie. It's a lot of fun and it makes you feel like a kid again. So other than that, a video game that I'm currently playing is Ratchet and Clank. And I've been playing it for the last couple of weeks. And, I'm excited about the new Ratchet and Clank that they're re-releasing for PS4, which is already out, actually. But I'm stuck on the final Drek fight, and if you know what I'm talking about. And, it's really pissing me off because I can't do it. I don't know how I did it as a kid when I first played through Ratchet and Clank. So I'm mad about it. So this will be uploaded on YouTube, and I'm going to go try and beat Drek. So thanks again for coming again this week. I'll be back next week with another vlog. Hit a thumbs up below, hit subscribe, help me out, help me grow. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next week.